Underway, the season debut. And Woods drives it out of the end zone over Tony Collins' head. The Patriots will start from the 20-yard line. Tony Collins will be a starter at one running back spot, in for an injured Vegas Ferguson. Don Calhoun will run from the fullback spot. The receivers, Carlos Pennywell, Harold Jackson, Don Hasselbeck. And there you see the front line: Wheeler, Hanna, Brock Kreider, and Shelby Jordan. And the Patriots set to go the first play of 1981. Grogan will go upstairs. Oh, the time in the world. He's got a man, and it is picked up and dropped. The man almost intercepting. And Mike Woods. Ed Simonini is out with a broken collarbone. The defensive backs: Patchett, Brazil, Bruce Laird, and Nesby Glasgow. Two tight end situation now for New England. Lynn Dawson, the rookie, and Don Hasselbeck. 2nd and 10. To give to Collins, a gain of about a yard. Brought down by random substitutions. He'll come out of the shotgun now. It is 3rd and 9. 21. Grogan. Near side. And it is out of bounds. The Patriots faced with a 4th and long situation. Averaged 40 yards a kick every time he put his foot to the ball in the preseason. Back deep to receive, Dave Shula and Kim Anderson. All the time in the world, and he got it away. It is not a particularly good kick, and the Colts will let it drop. Great field position for Baltimore as they'll begin their first offensive series in New England territory at the 47-yard line.
Baltimore has, you don't want to let him start right there.
Let's take a look at the offense for Baltimore. Bert Jones at quarterback, Curtis Dickey, a rookie, Randy McMillan will start at fullback. Receivers: Roger Carr. What can you say that hasn't already been said about Carr? Ray Butler, another rookie, Tim Sherwin, out of Boston College. He's got to be a happy young man. Hart, Huff, Donaldson, Pratt, and Griffin, the offensive line for the Baltimore Colts. Oh, a very healthy Bert Jones for the first time in a long time will begin, and he'll go to the air also on first down. Got a man near side. It is Curtis Dickey inside the 40-yard line to about the 38. Rick defense: Mark Boobin, Richard Bishop, Julius Adams. Good ball players up front for the Patriots. Linebackers: Steve King, Steve Nelson, John Zamberlin, and Rod Schote. And the defensive backs, they've been talked about, they've been written about: Ray Claiborne, Mike Haynes, Rick Sanford, Timmy Fox.
Well, the confidence of a coach means an awful lot, particularly when you have young players on the field.
Jones, the give is to McMillan, the rookie. Sheds one tackler, goes just about the 31-yard line. Tim Fox bumped him out of bounds. Coming out of the I formation, the give is to the second man, Curtis Dickey. He's across the 30-yard line to about the 27. He is stopped by the nose tackle, Richard Bishop, a man who last year had 50 tackles.
Run as fast as he can, and you put him on AstroTurf, boy, it starts to burn down there.
The Colts, wide receivers right and left. The give is to Dickey. He tries to get through, and the Patriots close it down. He'll be lucky to get back to the line. Rick Sanford and Tony McGee, who just checked into the ball game, in on the stop. There's McGee, number 78. The Patriots now employ the nickel. And Bert Jones will pass. We got a flag down over the middle. He's got Dickey inside the 20 to the 15, and he is knocked down at the 10-yard line. We have a flag. That'll take the ball back outside the 30-yard line. Instead of a first down at the 10, it'll now be 3rd and about 11 at the 31. 23.
Here comes the safety blitz.
Here comes the blitz. Jones will get it away, and it's incomplete. The man with the pressure is Timmy Fox out of Ohio State, a 6-year veteran. One of the best, Gene. And it is good. So the Baltimore Colts draw first blood here this afternoon. 11 minutes, 33 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is Baltimore 3, the New England Patriots nothing. The Baltimore Colts with a 3-0 lead. Mike Wood, an injury. And Wood, who kicked it out of the end zone earlier in the game, kicks it 8 yards deep, and Collins will have no part of bringing it out. So, for the second time in the game, the Patriots will begin from their own 20.
Seeing his field goal kicking.
Man on the near side, jumping up. It is illegal procedure against Dwight Wheeler.
62 offense.
Their own 15-yard line. Two tight end situation for New England. Hasselbeck and Dawson. Boy, they're high on Dawson. Number 87. The give is to Calhoun. He comes across the left tackle spot. He'll gain a couple of yards. Calhoun and Tony Collins in
injury, so they could go through the season and at least have some guys who've had some playing experience.
Grogan, 2nd and 11. All the time in the world to pass. Got a man over the middle, and he overthrows Collins.
Incomplete.
11. New England trailing 3-0. From the shotgun. Grogan. Oh, he's hit just as he releases. He gets the ball away, and he's got a receiver. It is Don Westbrook, and he is hit immediately at midfield by the cornerback, Derek Hatchett. Gene Donnell Thompson is hurt. He's going off on the far side. 32-yard pass. The Patriots now in Baltimore territory. The give is to number 33, Tony Collins. He picks up about 4.
Well, you could see how Thompson got hurt. As Grogan went down, he fell against Donnell's knee.
Hosea Taylor will go in to replace Thompson.
Let's take another look at this. We'll see that Grogan is being tackled. There you can see the knee buckling. Boy, that could be a serious injury. You hate to see that thing, particularly for a guy who's got his first pro start.
Oh,
Ball on the 45-yard line.
excellent camera work there. Gives you some idea of just how tough this game of pro football is. Oh. 2nd, 6. Ball at the 45-yard line. Grogan, play action, comes to the near side. He's going to run it. But he won't get far.
Steve Grogan, 2.
Man on the stop is Nesby Glasgow coming up from his free safety spot. Westbrook, Carlos Pennywell, and Harold Jackson. Running backs, Andy Johnson and Mosey Tutupu. Excellent receivers coming out of the backfield. Grogan, plenty of time. Now he'll roll out, throws to the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for Mosey Tutupu. Gary Krause and Ed Smith did a nice job covering Tutupu. Play, Mike Hubach will kick from probably his 40-yard line, 41-yard line by the time he gets it away. Plenty of time. The rush not on. Excellent punt. And Shula will let it go. And it goes into the end zone. A touchback to Colts. Will start from their own 20-yard line.
It'll come out to the
45-yard punt from themselves. Thompson and McMillan starting here today. Bert Jones, the give on the near side. Pickup of about a yard. It's Randy McMillan. Boy, they expect memory. And he's still wearing that number here for Baltimore, number 32. New England now shifts out of their 3-man front. They'll go to a 4-man front. Grogan, McGee, Bishop, and Adams. Vanderlyn has gone out. 2nd and 9. Jones wants to pass. Over the middle to Dickey, and he is not able to hold on.
It's a flag down on the field.
Flag on the field.
Bert John influenced the call. Oh, it's going to be against the Colts. Holding.
How about that?
Holding number 16 offense.
So now it'll be 2nd down, about 19 yards to go. The Colts from their own 11. The give near side, Curtis Dickey. He will not get around the corner. No, the man shutting him off, the outside linebacker, Steve King, the 9th-year veteran out of Tulsa. James playbook all first round draft picks for New England. Draw play. It is McCauley, and he will not get near enough for the first down. Steve King, the man we just spoke of, shot around the inside to make the stop, so the Colts will be faced with a punting situation. It's a fairly good bet to say New England will have their first good field position all day. Mike Garrett will handle the punting chores for the Colts in 1981. Roland James back deep. He is the lone man back. Let's see for Boston. Pardon me, New England. Good snap. James will have plenty of time for a return at the 31. The 45 tries to cut it back inside and crosses the 45-yard line, and we have a flag down on the play.
Battle 7. Cincinnati, nothing.
New England starting from their own 46-yard line after a punt by Mike Garrett. Play action. Flag down. Grogan. All the time in the world. He comes to the near side. It is Hasselback. Across the midfield stripe, we have a flag down.
Line was not lined up on the line of scrimmage.
Now that brings some oohs and ahs from the fans here at Schaefer. Splitting out wide to the right, the top of your screen is Pennywell. Near side, Harold Jackson. First and 15. Grogan will go up top again. Double pump over the center. He's got Hasselbeck and he can't hold on. He had him. Let's go now to New York. And Bryant Gumbel.
All right, thank you, Phil Stone. At Cincinnati's Riverfront Stadium, the Bengals have on new uniforms, but the same talents, unfortunately. This is Kenny Anderson back to throw. First quarter action. Looks out to his left for his own receiver. Instead, comes away with John Harris of the Seahawks. He brings it back 29 yards. Point after was good. Seattle's in front, 7-0. Let's go back to Foxborough.
Thank you, Bryant. Here in Foxborough, it is now second down, 15 yards to go. The ball resting at the Patriot 41-yard line. Calhoun and Collins, the running backs. The give is to Calhoun. First man through. We got a fumble ball, right?
John Calhoun.
And I believe the Colts have the football. Yes, they do. Calhoun coughs it up. The man causing the fumble. The football. McMillan, Curtis Dickey, the running backs. The give is to Dickey. Left side, misdirection play. Good gain on the play. Into the 25-yard line to the Patriot 20. Where he's finally stopped by Rick Sanford, the strong safety.
What a play that was. You don't see that too often in the NFL. That, as you called it, Phil, it was a misdirection play. Let's take another look from the end zone. They go one way.
Start number 69 offense.
The man with his hand in the cookie jar is Wade Griffin. He knows better than that. Fifth year out of Ole Miss.
Number 69 offense.
Phil, it looks like that Donnell Thompson has a strained knee and is going to be held out for a while. That's a shame because they're looking for great things from him.
Another score, Steve Bartkowski to Wallace Francis, a 10-yard pass. Gives Atlanta a 7-0 lead over New Orleans. 2:35 to play in first quarter. Here it is first and 10 at the 21. Bert Jones, time to throw. Now he'll go back to the left side. Man on the underneath side was Randy McMillan. And they... Second down, 9. Ball at the 20. Jones gives to Dickey, coming to near side. He'll cross the 20-yard line. The 15, he may break it. The 5, touchdown, Baltimore. What a block by Bob Pratt. Number 61 broke it for him. Mike Wood boots it straight through. And the New England Patriots simply shocked here with 4:57 to play. And the first quarter, it is Baltimore 10, the Patriots nothing.
Players can develop some confidence. They couldn't ask for a much better start than this.
Now this time Wood really gets his foot into it. Any question whether he can kick in the NFL? Collins from inside the goal line, across the 15, across the 20, and he's down at the 23-yard line. The man on the stop, the little guy, Dave Shula. Calhoun, Collins, the running backs. The give is to Calhoun, Collins across the 25-yard line near the 26. It'll...
Okay, thank you, Phil Stone. At Pittsburgh's Three Rivers Stadium, the Steelers are on the board. Terry Bradshaw going 19 yards to Lynn Swan, touchdown. Point after no good. Steelers out in front of the Chiefs, 6-0. Let's go back to Foxborough.
Phil Stone and Gene Washington, the Patriots with the ball. It is second and 6. They trail 10-0. Double tight end formation, Hasselbeck and Dawson. The give up the middle is to Collins. He cannot get by the other guy, and he's down at the 28. Jackson to the top of your screen. Westbrook to the near side from the shotgun. 3rd and 5 for New England. Grogan out of the pocket. Being chased by Ozdowski. He dumps it off, and he's got a receiver. It is number 32, Andy Johnson. And he's the guy they love to go to out of the backfield on 3rd and long, and it pays off. The Patriots with a first down at the 39-yard line. And there you see Andy Johnson.
That's a perfect example of two players understanding each other very well. Let's take a look. Grogan wants to go downfield. Now he has to break the pocket. He's scrambling, is running as fast as he can. He sees Johnson, and Johnson knows that he has to come back. He tries to get away from that linebacker, makes the catch, gets the first down. That's a sign of two players understanding each other very well, and that's what Bert Jones does so well with McCauley.
Now, the man he got away from was Barry Krause, and Krause is the one who ended up coming back to make the stop. Again, a double tight end formation for the Patriots. Dawson and Hasselbeck. First and 10. The give is to Collins, and he's across the 45-yard line to the 46. As I said, that should be against the law. The give is to Tutufu across the right side, and he's across the midfield stripe into Baltimore territory. Let's go back to New York and Bryant Gumbel.
Okay, Phil, in Cincinnati at Riverfront Stadium, the Seahawks are looking strong. This is Jim Zorn. He'll roll to your right. Rolls very fast, doesn't he? Up top to Steve Largent, 36 yards, touchdown. Really didn't happen that way, Phil, but the score is 14-0.
All right, great news if you're a Seahawk fan. From the midfield stripe, 1st and 10 Patriots. The give is to Collins. He tries to turn it up. Nowhere to go. It is Barry Krause for Bruce Laird.
Interesting thing about this offensive drive is that
2nd and 9. Flags go down. It's dumped to the near side. Hasselback. He's across the 40-yard line, and he's bumped out of bounds by number 47, Larry Brazil. Flags are down, and it is unquestionably against the Patriots. You see Steve Grogan. He knows it.
Let's take another look at this. Grogan gets the ball out right away to Hasselback in the flat. Now he's going to use that size he has. Watch this. Boom.
The penalty was offsides against the defense. From up here, it looked like it would be illegal procedure against New England.
Phil, if the defensive man breaks that plane.
10, the ball now at the Baltimore 38-yard line.
2 tight end offense again.
The give, 2nd man through it is Tony Collins across the right side, across the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. Boy, Tony Collins can play.
At Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, the young Chiefs making it tough on the Steelers. Sidney Thornton coughs up the football. That is Charles Jackson running it back 35 yards to put the Chiefs in scoring position. They already lead 7-6. Let's go back to Foxborough. Phil Stone, Gene Washington.
There you get a look as we begin the 2nd quarter.
They're anticipating.
Well, they might be right. It is 2nd and 5. The ball at the 32-yard line. Grogan will throw the football. Got a man over the middle. It is Collins. Kicked by one man inside the 25-yard line. The 20 inside the 15. Still on his feet to the 11-yard line. Man finally pulling him down was Barry Krause.
Great catch and run by Tony Collins, 22 yards. As we take a look, Steve Grogan wants to go down.
First down at the 10. Patriots with their first serious threat today. Collins, left side, cannot get outside. Gain maybe 2, possibly 3 yards on the play.
And have both wide receivers there, Harold Jackson and Carlos Pennywell on the same side of the field.
They're the top sides. 2nd and 8.
Halfback
pass. You gotta love it. Touchdown, Mosey to Tupu. Tony, here they should be outlawed. John Smith, the leading scorer in the NFL a year ago, will attempt his first extra point here in 1981. It is down. It is perfect. For the Patriots, and it's a good one. At the goal line, it is Zachary Dixon to the 20-yard line, across the 25, and he's smothered. At the 26-yard line, the Colts will put it in play. Let's take a look at that touchdown play again. Andy Johnson, this is not the first time. 11 plays. Bert Jones, quick release. He's got a man, cannot hold on. Cannot hold on. Ray Butler. And it was right on the money.
It was right on the money, but I can tell you, having been a receiver, when you turn around on a button hook like
Sherwin and Carr, the wide receivers. They'll give it to Dickey. He comes near side, and he will not make it to the 30-yard line. He is bumped out by Rick Sanford.
Coming over and talking to Greg Landry almost every time he comes off the field.
3rd and 8, ball at the 29. Jones near side, and he's got a man, and it is knocked away. He was going. So the Baltimore Colts will kick it away from their own 29-yard line. Mike Garrett standing on his 13. Roland James, the only receiver back deep. Penalty. Almost blocked. We got a penalty. It'll be roughing the kicker as the ball bounces free at the 47-yard line. And a flag if you're Ron Earhart.
Not in this position. That's number 22, Keith Lee. He went for the block, but the problem is you have to understand the situation you're in. This team has just scored a touchdown. They have the momentum going for them now. They're going to get the ball back. In this situation, you don't want to commit an error under any that time.
Not even going for it. First and 10, ball now on the 34. Bert Jones, he'll run it. He's got room to take off, and he slides down at the 38-yard line. There to cover him immediately is John Zamberlin. I'll tell you, that's got to make Mike McCormick very, very nervous.
Well, Bert Jones knows when to take that. Patriots was right there.
There you get a good close-up look at Bert Jones. His club leads here 10-7. It is 2nd and 6. Jones 2 for 5, 14 yards. Pitch to the far side. It is Curtis Dickey. Breaks 2 tackles. He will not get away at the 40-yard line. Rod showed on the stop. Score out of Pittsburgh. Steelers took a quick 6-0 lead. Kansas over the Cardinals. Here in Foxborough, 3rd and 3. The give to McCauley. Tries to get around the far side, and I believe he got the first down. It'll be close. Tony McGee in on the stop with Richard Bishop. Nose tackle on the left defensive end. 1-2-16. He will not blind you with his speed. He just keeps getting the job done year in and year out for the past 10 years. First and 10. Ball resting just shy of the 45-yard line. Play action. Near side, it is Zachary Dixon, who has just checked into the ball game, who picks up about 5 yards. That has scored again for Seattle. It is 21-0 Seahawks. Still plenty of time to play in the first quarter. And the Eagles are on the scoreboard now. In New York, 7-3. Terry Harrington, a 3-yard run. Bert Jones give right up the middle to the rookie out of Penn, Randy McMillan. He is nailed by John Zamberlin. Zamberlin's an interesting guy, number 54, out of Pacific Lutheran. The first player ever drafted from that college.
Well, they have quite a group back there. And Zamberlin, Rod Schote, Nelson. Here's on New England's team said he had an all-pro year last season.
Well, there's a bunch of them in the red, white, and blue. Give near side. It is Zachary Dixon still on his feet as he fights his way across the 40. Mike Haynes having to come up from his... About a yard and a half to go. Give near side. It is Randy McMillan. He could break it. To the 10, the 5, and the ball is knocked free. The ball is knocked out of bounds. And we've got 2 Patriots down about the 20-yard line. A good run by Randy McMillan.
Randy McMillan is coming across on that sweep. He turns up, goes inside. As we mentioned before, he's the first pure fullback that they've had before. He brings a lot of speed to go along with those powerful legs.
So, while they attend to the 2 Patriots, how they're feeling. James and Keith Lee have gone in to replace him. They're the only 2 reserves they have back there. First down at the 10. It is Dickey near side at the 5. And will he make it? No, they'll say he went out of bounds inside the 1-yard line.
That's 7 rushes for 55 yards.
Now Baltimore threatening to make this game a 17-7 game. Randy McMillan, Curtis Dickey, the running back. 2nd and goal. Dickey, no way. Oh, is he hit? Tim Fox, the man who
Played for both clubs.
Cleveland Franklin, the running back, along with Curtis Dickey. McMillan has come out. Busted play. A busted play. Steve Nelson coming in from his linebacker spot, and Don Blackman really leveled Bert Jones. I think Mike Wood will attempt his 2nd field goal of the day. It'll be a 20-yarder. It is down. Perfect. So Mike Wood, 2 for 2 for Baltimore since joining the Colts last Monday. Score, 7-11 to play. Team, the Patriots, 7.
Second-year man, David Woodley, into the corner for Jimmy Cefalo out of Penn State. It's 10-0 Dolphins in the 2nd. Let's go back to Foxborough.
His club leads it 13-7 with 7:11 to play in the 2nd quarter. A squibber. It'll bounce at the 15. Collins will try and field it. It finally bounces up to him at the 2. Collins across the 15, out across the 20. Finally knocked down at the 24-yard line. Kansas City over Pittsburgh at Three Rivers Stadium. 10-6. Where we just told you about Miami over St. Louis, 10-0. And Seattle, a surprise, still in the first quarter in Cincinnati. The Seahawks 21, the Bengals nothing. Philadelphia over the Giants in New York, 7-3. Dallas, Washington tied 7-0 in the nation's capital in the second quarter. And New Orleans trails Atlanta 14-0. First and 10 at the 24. Grogan, plenty of time. Double pump. Releases near side. He's got a man. And he's out of bounds. It is Carlos. So a first down. The ball resting just shy of the 40-yard line. Double tight end situation now for the Patriots. Dawson and Hasselbeck. The give is to Collins. Near side. He will not get away from number 92. That is Darrell Wilkerson. Wilkerson went into... Will not play again. It is second down, 12 yards to go. The ball resting about the 37-yard line. Grogan being pressured. Ozdowski cannot hold it. Still a time. Throws it out of bounds. Harry Brazil, and he's the guy the Seahawks picked on quite a bit last week.
But Bill, in this situation, as it turns out, that was a good move on the part of Larry Brazil because he only had, what, a penalty that only got 5 yards for holding.
Sure.
If he hadn't held, that might have been 6 points.
Very good point, Gene Washington. It is now first down and 10. The ball at the 43-yard line. You got to look at Grogan. That give us to Tupu. He'll gain about 3 across the 40. The Patriots say yes.
I think the official is going to rule that he was down before he lost the football.
Let's take a look at it again. I think he was too. A good shot at Tupu, number 30, coming right through the middle.
Tupu is a very strong runner. In those close yardage situations, there you can see that he's down before the ball pops up.
Absolutely. Good call by the officials. Across the 45-yard line, 5:27 to play. Colts 13, Patriots 7. In motion is the tight end, Lynn Dawson. Grogan wants to go upstairs all the time in the world. He's got a man. It is Hasselbeck. And a double catch. He's got it. Ball now at the 28-yard line. First and 10. Patriots moving the football. Long count. The give is to Collins. Across the right side. He's got running room near the 20-yard line. So the Patriots beginning to open up their run.
Thank you, Phil. At Busch Stadium in St. Louis, the Dolphins are threatening to pad their lead against the Cardinals. Otis Anderson has the ball knocked loose and wanders back about 20 yards. Gerald Small corrals it. The Dolphins are knocking at the door inside the 20. They already lead 10-love in the second. Phil?
Second quarter. Calhoun, nowhere to go. He wrapped up there by number 52, Ed Smith. And Bubba Green, the rookie out of NC State, the pride and joy of the Wolfpacks. He led NC State in quarterback sacks his senior year. There you see the NFL's leading scorer a year ago getting set. And third down, 4 yards to go. The ball at the 22, 3:23 to play. Colts 13, New England 7. Grogan wants to throw. Got time. Going near side. Touchdown. Carlos Pennywell. And the man he beat was... Well, he gave us something to talk about. John Smith on. He can give the Patriots the lead, and he does it.
This is Brian Cumble in New York at Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. The Steelers have taken over the lead. Franco Harris, following the lead block of Larry Brown, takes it in. Steelers in front, 12-10. Rookie Dave Trout has missed both extra points. Back to Foxborough.
Just set to kick it away. Deep to receive is Zachary Dixon. And he'll take it about 3 yards deep. He's going to bring it out. Across the 20, still on his feet. Near the 25, across the 25. Dickey and McMillan, the running back. Jones will go upstairs. Got a man over the middle, and he cannot hold on. It is Randy McMillan, John Zamberlin.
In college, they don't catch the ball downfield as much. And in pro football, you have to be a receiver. It's something that these young players will have to learn.
There used to be a time a few years back where it wasn't so important. Not so anymore. The man we're talking about, McMillan, gets the football. Al McCauley is in at a running back for the Colts. Patriots shift into the nickel defense. 5 defensive backs, 4 down linemen. Bert Jones tripped up by Dickey, retains his balance and throws to the near side. Tim Sherwin, it cannot hit him. Roland James and Keith Lee are their only 2 replacements back there. Mike Garrett will await the punt. Back deep is Roland James for New England. Good look at the snap. A good one. Garrett gets it away. Good hang time. Good punt. Inside the 30-yard line. Roland James cannot get by the man on the far side. And that is Reese McCall, number 86. Up there.
The Patriots again going with their two tight end offense.
Lynn Dawson, number 87, Hasselbeck, number 80. Dawson in motion to the top of your screen as Grogan wants to get it up. Over the middle, and he's got a man. It is Collins across the 45. He's across midfield and out of bounds. Ed Smith, the fill-in for Ed Simonini, runs him out of bounds. To the NBC television network. Hope you are enjoying the game on WMAR. They've got a good one. The Patriots with the ball. Grogan has thrown 7 straight completions, all for first downs. This time he gives to Collins near side. He crosses 47, maybe to the 46-yard line. Number wrapping him up is Herb Orvis and Mike Woods.
With help from number 40, Bruce Laird, coming up from his strong safety position. We talked about that young defensive back.
Motion is the rookie tight end, Lynn Dawson. Grogan got a man. It is Hasselbeck inside the 35-yard line. Another first down. 3-yard line. The Patriots lead it by 1, 14-13. Dawson in motion. The big tight end comes near side as Grogan's going to pass. Chased out of the pocket by Ozdowski. Grogan tries to throw it. He delivers it out of bounds. Good back. It is 2nd and 10. The ball at the 33. Grogan, time, more time, delivers near side, and it is knocked away by number 59, Mike Woods. The intended receiver was Andy Johnson, right off his fingertips.
That was an excellent play on the part of the linebacker, number 59, Mike Woods. He's in good position. The ball's thrown and thrown well, and it reaches out there.
In the first half, Patriots lead at 14-13. Johnson and Collins, the running backs. Grogan tries to put it up, and he cannot hit Hasselbeck. Glasgow almost picked it off. And the crowd believes Grogan should be the recipient of a roughing the passer call. No flags are down. His longest attempt was 47 yards last year. The longest one he made, as you see, was 44. He'll get a test early. Smith, it's down. And it is just wide. Plenty of distance. It is just wide.
And that opens up the offense an awful lot.
Bert Jones, far side to Don McCauley. McCauley still on his feet near the 45-yard line.
The fact that Russ Francis is not going to play this year.
Jones eludes one man and goes downfield, and apparently a cross-upper. He was just throwing it away. The only man back there was New England's Timmy Fox.
Well, I'm sure that Bert Jones just decided he would rather throw it away. He's more accurate than that.
Four completions, 10 attempts, 32 yards today. 14-13 New England, 38 here. At this time, Jones gives to Dickey. He'll try to skirt the right side, and he'll go out of bounds at the midfield stripe with a little help from Ray Claiborne. The AFC East to the AFC West, the Chargers in Oakland. It's tough. It is very tough. Bert Jones to pass on 3rd and 6. He's going to be wrapped up and dropped. First sack of the day. Bert Jones, absolutely no place to go. Julie Adams is there. Tony McGee is there. And again, you've got to give credit, as we talked a moment ago, to the Patriots' defensive secondary, not allowing the wide receivers to get free. Baltimore, number 31, Zachary Dixon, and we're underway. Second half action. Dixon takes it a yard deep. He's across the 15, the 17. He will not make it out to the 20-yard line. And we have a flag on the play. On the Andy McMillan and Curtis Dickey. First and 10 from the 9. What a hold by Dickey, and it closes instantly. Rod Choate. Boy.
They say he plays like a defensive lineman. He's so aggressive.
Second down. Bert Jones wants to go to the air. He's got a man. It is McMillan across the 10-yard line, and down he goes. John Zamberlin. Good pursuit. The inside linebacker. Take a look at some of the statistics in the first half. Jim Sherwin, the tight end, the rookie out of Boston College. Jones to the air. Got time and lets it fly. And Sherwin is the receiver. Steve Nelson, interestingly enough, just Dickey in at the running back spots. Wide receivers, Carr, Ray Butler. First down. Near side, too short. Roger Carr, the intended receiver. And the guy that can deliver this play. It is now 2nd and 10. Ball at the 20. outside handoff to Dickey, trying to get around one man, and he could not elude Steve King. Great pursuit by the linebackers of these New England Patriots.
Well, that's one of the things that they're known for, that linebacking group, is their tremendous pursuit. They go laterally from side to side of that field better than any linebacking group as a whole, and you got a good example of it there.
Interesting fact about Steve King is this youngster out of Tulsa spent the entire offseason, Gene, working with Special Olympians.
He's got a bad thumb, you can see there. He's got his thumb all bandaged up, his left thumb. Makes it difficult to grab a hold of those running backs, but he sure did a job that time.
3rd and 12. Dickey and McCauley, the running backs. The Patriots shift into the nickel. Jones has Dickey, and officially the 18-yard line. Plenty of time. A short kick. Roland James moves up to take it, and he'll try and grab it. No, he thinks better and lets it bounce free at the 40-yard line, where the Colts down it. And the Patriots will have the ball now. They lead it 14-13. 11:35 remaining to be played here in the 3rd period. We'll be back. Now, while he works on the playbook, Steve Grogan will go to work and hand off to the first man through. That is Don Calhoun. And he went right into the center, found nothing, tried the left side. Larry Brazil in there to
Jones stat.
No, it's not.
He's trying to change that in the second half.
2nd down, 7 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Grogan upstairs again. Oh, the ball not free. It's a fumble. Recover it. It is a fumble. Herb Orvis is the one who knocked it loose. And we'll have to wait a minute to see who recovered it. Pete Brock. It looked like the center fell on the football. There he is, number 58. Take a look at this. 60-year man out of Colorado. He alternated all last year with Dr. Lenkaitis, the team dentist. Who's still an active player. 3rd down and long. Grogan being chased by Ozdowski, and he is level.
2 offense, penalty decline, 4th down.
5'11" rookie out of Dartmouth. Back at his own 35-yard line. There's a guy who really did not expect to make the club this year. Bad kick. Ball bounces at the 43. Shula thinks better of it, decides to let it go free. And I'm not so certain, Gene, that was the wise thing to do. He had time to run with the football. And as Hubbard trots off the field, the Baltimore Colt offense.
He was on his ability. They don't have room. They don't have enough room on the team.
Oh, looky here. Oh, is he knocked down hard. Julius Adams. Absolute vehicles. He is a big human being. 2nd down, 13 yards to go. Jones wants to go to the air. Near side, got a man. It is Roger Carr. Short of the 1st down. Win football games playing that kind of ball. Colts now with a double tight end formation. The give is to Dickey, and he will be short of the 1st down. John Zamberlin in on the stop. Patriots, 2nd-year man out of Tennessee. Good snap. Plenty of time to get it away. And it's a good punt to the near side, and it goes out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. And you can bet on the 14-yard line. Grogan, time. Upstairs, a high one. Hasselback, it is picked off. It is picked off by Nesby Glasgow. He's got it at the 40. Inside the 30-yard line. Tries to cut back, still on his feet. What a return for the 3rd-year man out of Washington. 17-yard line. Misdirection play again. They tried it with great effectiveness in the 1st half. And this time, Dickey will not get outside. Rod thrust of the New England Patriots. Grogan, Owen, Cavanaugh, Dickey, right side. Looking for something. Will not find it. The whole team collapses on him. Take your pick. Don Blackman, John Zamberlin was there. I mean, all he saw was red, white, and blue. Steve Nelson.
The Colts going to the well once too often. I'm sure at halftime, the Patriots went inside and said, what are we going to do about this sweep? Bert Jones decides to go with his bread and butter, what got the job done in the
3rd and 17. Ball at the 25. Jones has got time over the middle. Got a man, and he's belted. It is Dickey. And he is hammered by Roland James. It is up. perfect. Mike Wood, joining this team just less than a week ago, has converted 3 for 3 here today. And he gives the Baltimore Colts a 16-14 lead. We'll be back to Foxborough in just a moment.
Food, clothes, just about everything seems to cost more today. One reason young families think...
Line, the 2-yard line. A 15, almost out to the 20-yard line. He is knocked down hard there by number 57. That is Dallas Hickman.
Phil, we just learned that number 99, Donnell Thompson for the Colts, is in his street clothes, and he won't return today. Of course, I guess that goes without saying. If you're in your street clothes, you're not going to return.
That's too bad, too, because he's a rookie out of North Carolina. They call him Foots, by the way. I don't know if you knew that. He wears a size 16 shoe. Both of my shoes hardly add up to that size. There. Grogan from the 19. With Tony Collins, he carries it across the 20-yard line. Collins was the leading rusher on this Patriots squad in the preseason, averaging about 4 yards a carry, had 1 touchdown.
Number 71, Mike Ostowski's back in there. He went off with a...
He's a big man for the Colts. He has put Grogan under intense pressure all day long. Grogan up the middle. Collins is the man again. A gain of maybe a yard. Coming into today's game, his first miss in 63 games. Grogan, the give is to Calhoun, and he's stacked up hard there by Ed Smith. Yeah. Collins and Calhoun. The backfields, Harold Jackson in motion to the top of your screen. The give near side, it is Collins. 35-yard line. He's got one man to beat, and he won't do it. Here today. I want to talk about that. First and 10. Ball just shy of the midfield stripe. Jackson in motion to the top of your screen. The give, first man through to Tupu, and he goes across the midfield stripe, fights his way near the 45. Ed Smith there on the stop. Well, I'll tell you, when you think you have one of them collared, they bring in another one, and he kills you.
As you mentioned before, they platoon those running backs. They have 6 guys at play. When they come off the bench, and they're not sitting so long that they get cold, and they come in there, they have that reserved strength. You know, they have some freshness.
Hurry, hustle it, and they get it off. The give is to Collins. He turns it up. He's got some running room, and he's brought down just shy of the 30-yard line.
Behind him, cuts behind him, comes back, cuts across field. What New England is doing now is they're taking advantage of that great offensive line, particularly in the middle. Pete Brock, 58, 75, Bob Kreider, and moving the ball right down the field, taking it 5-6 yards at a time.
To Tufo, right up the gut. To the Bryant.
Okay, thank you, Phil. Another team beginning to get together, the Pittsburgh Steelers. You're going to see Greg Hawthorne help the Steelers retake the lead against the Chiefs from a yard out. Chiefs trailing now 26-20, that ball game in the 3rd. Phil?
Baltimore leads the 14 carries, 74 yards. This is Calhoun, tries to go across the right side and will not make it through. We talked about Collins' family being here, Gene. He's got 29 members of his family from throughout the New England area. And out on a Mike Wood field goal after an interception. Calhoun, Andy Johnson, the running backs. The give, Don Calhoun, close to the first down and driven back. That's what you call it, 22 feet short. And as you might suspect, Kavanaugh the snap, a good one. The kick is up. And it is no good. It is no good. And look at the disgust on John Smith's face. Millen, the first-round draft pick of Baltimore this year out of Pittsburgh, has just given the Colts a 22-14 lead.
Jackie Sherrill said he's the best looking back out of the East since Jim Brown, and he looks a lot like Jim Brown on that play. 2 defenders hit him. He didn't go down. Another defender tried to tackle him on the legs. He said, no way. 6 points, behind the back, spike. We're going to do it all. Look at this run. Fantastic
Look at the tackles
run.
He breaks right here. Number 54, that is Zamberlin, converging with Steve Nelson. They cannot stop him. He breaks another one and then goes on in. Here comes the point after try by Mike Wood. Landry holds, and it is shanked to the left. It is no good. And I believe there was a mix-up on the hold there as Landry and Wood began looking at each other. Mike Wood gets his foot into the ball. Look at him drive this one. 6 yards deep. And it is fumbled there by Tony Collins, and he decides better than to bring it out. Ricky Jones down there for the Colts. And it'll be New England starting from the 20-yard line. An interesting point here, Gene Washington, is that now the Patriots have to begin their comeback, and they trail by 8 points with the wind in their face for the entire fourth quarter, and a pretty good wind.
It is a stiff wind. It's probably the strongest wind in the entire league. I've played here on 2 or 3 occasions, and when the wind blows here, it blows in different directions. Sometimes up high it's going one direction, down on the field another. Very, very tough.
Harold Jackson, Carlos Pennywell, the wide receivers, and Grogan wants to go up top. Time to throw, and now he gets leveled. Oh, does he get nailed? Herb Orvis, the 11th year man out of Colorado, the left defensive tackle, just all over him. Grogan's a bit slow getting up. Watch the hit. Keep your eyes on number 88. First-round draft pick 3 years ago. Beaten this time around. 2nd and 10. Grogan again. This time, plenty of time. Now he tries to throw deep. A comeback punt into Hasselbeck, and he's got it. Oh, look at this. And we've got a flag on the play way back at the 6-yard line.
Example of when a defensive back and
the pickup was to the 48-yard line.
Roughing the passer, number 91 defense, Staff.
And they'll add on another 10 yards. 15 yards. Watch this again. Here you'll see it again. Number 91.
It's Bubba Green.
Calhoun and Collins, the running backs. Play action. Grogan comes this way. Hasselbeck is wide open at the 1-yard line. He was wide open. Bruce Laird on the stop with Nesby Glasgow, the strong and free safety. A 24-yard pickup goal from the 1. The give is to Calhoun, and he got in. Second effort, and he is in. And there you see him. Boom. Let it go, Donnie. Let it go. John Smith will try and get his Patriots to within 1. Cavanaugh with the hold. It is down right through. Perfect, gentlemen. Perfect. Wow. How things are changing here at Foxborough. 11 minutes, 32 seconds to play. The Colts flawlessly. Mike Hobarts with the kick. Zachary Dixon on the receiving end. He's got it on the near side. The 20, the 25-yard line, and he's wrapped up. Wrapped up by... That's one of those calls we're going to see a lot of this year, Gene. Blocking from the backside. Below the waist. Not allowed anymore. Not below the waist. Randy McMillan, Curtis Dickey are your running backs out of the I formation. Tim Sherwin, the tight end in motion, sets. Jones wants to pass. Got a man across the middle, and it is not free, and there goes a flag.
They're going to call interference against Claiborne. That's a judgment call. That's a judgment call.
Man they were going for is Ray Butler. And there you see.
Use of hands, number 26 defense, first down.
Claiborne decided to grab a hold just to get a little help on the turn.
Randy McMillan, gain of about 4 yards on the play. Boy, what a day that gentleman has had today. The rookie out of Pitt, a touchdown, a 35-yarder. Steve Nelson and John Zamberlin. More Colts can hang on to it. They're in good shape. Penalties, 10 of them against Baltimore for 65 yards, only 4 for 20 against New England. Jones over the middle. Got a man. It is McMillan. And he holds on to the football out around the 22. 21. Baltimore leads it. 9:57 to play. Colts with the football. McMillan and Dickey are your running backs. The give is to McMillan across the left side. And he is nailed at the 28-yard line. I think it was enough for the first down. Steve King, Richard Bishop on the stop.
McMillan is on 8 carries, has gained 84 yards. That's an impressive start for a rookie, isn't it?
And he's just a rookie, 6'1", 226, out of Pittsburgh. What a day. In motion, Tim Sherwin will set up on the near side. He's a rookie tight end. Bert Jones will pass. Got a man. It is Dickey across the 40 and out of bounds at the 44. And providing that last bump there was Rick Sanford. The Colts on the move again. Look at that. 22-21 Baltimore. give. It is Dickey across midfield. Oh, he almost breaks it. Across the 45, the last man there was Tim Fox, the sixth-year man out of Buckeye Country, Ohio. McMillan is over 80 yards. Not a bad afternoon. Bert Jones to the airways on 1st and 10. Going long to Butler, and it is picked off. No, a flag is down. Ray Claiborne appeared to have the football. Ray Butler, Jones went down.
There's a flag down.
Now let's see what the call is here.
It looks like pass interference against New England.
Oh, it is. And you can bet that it's not going to be popular here at Schaefer. We'll take another look at it, Gene.
Look from the ground level. Bert Jones pumps. We can't see it on the screen. We can't see the interference. But here's that situation where you have a judgment call. The rule says that the defender...
McMillan, Dickey the running back. Dickey's the man. Touchdown. No flags, and Baltimore is on the board again.
Randy McMillan, number 32, having an outstanding day.
Two touchdowns in his first game as a pro, and Mike Wood adds another one. 29-21. The Baltimore Colts lead the New England Patriots, and I'll tell you, there are not a lot of people who thought that would happen here today in Foxborough, Massachusetts. We'll be back with
Curtis Dickey.
Wow. Baltimore over New England, 29-21. As Mike Wood, a short one, got most of the tee, very little of the ball. Across the 30-yard line, out near the 35-yard line is Keith Lee. Probably never returned a kickoff in his life as a pro. He's out across the 30-yard line. They'll begin from about the 34. Nesby Glasgow on the stop. 7. Grogan tries to rally his troops now, and we've got a whistle. It'll be encroachment. It'll be encroachment against Bubba Green. No question about that one. Bubba, what do you imagine? Prizes around the league on this, the opening day of the NFL season. Grogan, 1st and 5. Plenty of time. Right over the center, and he's got a man. No! Don Hasselbeck tipped it up in the air. Nesby Glasgow had a shot at it. And we have a flag down way back at the 29-yard line. Hasselbeck is down.
Phil, I was about to say something before I even realized that Hasselbeck was down there. As we take a look at this replay, Grogan throws the ball high. He's been high a lot today. Hasselbeck goes up, and he's...
Grogan with Tutufo and Collins in the backfield. 1st and 15. He wants to go to the airways. Plenty of time right over the middle now. Intended for Tutufo. No way. And Grogan's unhappy. Say a 5-man defense, a shotgun offense for Grogan and company. Good defense there. Great. Again from the shotgun. Johnson and Calhoun, the running backs. The give is to Johnson. They're going to try this again to come back to the near side. To what a play! And he dives for the first down, and he takes 35 seconds to play on this ball game. The Patriots with a crucial first down there. From the 45, Grogan, double pump right over the middle. Flags go down, and it's up for grabs, and it is picked off. Yes, it is. No, it is not. Glasgow picked it up off the turf, they say. Intended for Harold Jackson. And we've got 2 flags down in the Patriot backfield. That usually is a holding call, Gene. And that's right. What it'll be. So now it is 1st and 20. The ball at the 34. Grogan to pass. Plenty of time. Over the middle. Oh, tipped and intercepted. It is Barry Krause. And he takes the ball out of bounds at the 32-yard line. And we've got Grogan. Team of stool pigeons, but not so today. They have come to play football. McMillan, left side, across the 30-yard line. And he's across the 90-yard marker today. What a job the
by.
The Colts have been involved in so many close ball games, particularly last year. Kraus wanted to do his part to try and see it doesn't happen again today. Dickey, right side, gets around one man, will not get around Michael Haynes. The man he was able to skirt there for a moment.
Concern, for good reason now.
The man we were speaking about once more, Dickey, across the left side. Steve King in on the stop.
Following behind his blockers, the two best blockers on that offensive line of the Colts, number 61, Robert Pratt, number 69, Wade Griffin. Those guys can blow him back, and that's what Bert Jones is doing. He's going with his strength. He's running that ball, eating up the clock, and running behind his two best blockers. Blitz, they're going to have to do something to destroy the momentum that the Colts have going for them now. In addition to that, they have the clock running down. They have to do something. We may have the blitz here.
From the 18, it is McMillan, no place to go. Zamberlin, the first man through, cut his legs out from under him. As the clock continues to run, realistically, Gene, the Colts knew they would have to run the football and run it effectively today, trying to throw into the teeth of that Patriot defense.
Every ball club they play this year.
And they're both in there right now. It looked like it was going to be a play action. But I'll tell you, the nose tackle, Richard Bishop, was going to have none of that. I mean, and a penalty against the Baltimore Colts. We'll move back to now second down and 15.
What a surprise this game is, I'm sure, for the Colt fans at home who saw their club go through the preseason 0-4. The Colts are going to be coming back home. You think they'll have some tickets sold down there for next week's game?
Well, they already have 3,000 more season tickets than they had a year ago. Wow, the folks in Baltimore have to be loving what they're seeing today. Here comes the rush, and Jones is green. Oh, I believe he took it on a fly. It is Mark Grogan picked the ball up on a fly. One of the elephants, huh? Grogan over the center's got a man. It is Collins. The stutter step, however, does not fool Ed Smith. He's near the first down. I believe he's got it. Grogan. One NFL season doesn't have you on the edge of your chair. Nothing will. Collins is the Tufu, the running back. Jackson. A couple of tight ends in for the Patriots. Jackson in motion to the top of your screen. Grogan wants to pass. Pressure's on. Ozdowski. He's going to throw over to Tufu. The 10. Near the 5. Still on his feet. Oh, what a run! Oh, my goodness. Moses. 40 seconds to play. The Patriots with the first down inside the 5. 3 running backs in. Grogan will wide open. Hasselback. Oh! They came out with a double tight end formation.
What a football game. Number 80, Don Hasselback, 6 catches, 115 yards. No, they decide not to.
Hobach's kick goes to Glasgow. Check that. It is not Glasgow. It is Kim Anderson. He's still on his feet at the 22-yard line, the 24-yard line. Kim Anderson on the receiving end. So the Baltimore Colts will try their darndest to hold on to this football with 2:21 to play. And the New England fans exhort their charges to hold them.
What a game this has turned out to be. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. The Colts lead it by 1. You would have thought they'd be behind by at least a touchdown at this point. They're ahead. They have a chance to win. Now the Patriots have to take the ball away, and Smith has to get that leg warmed up.
Butler and Carr both on the same side. The give is to McMillan. He sheds one tackler, sheds another one, still on his feet across the 30-yard line. The man who had the best shot at him was Steve King behind the line of scrimmage here today.
I think that was a field goal he missed, but they would have been up by 2 had he made it.
That's right, it was a field goal. 11 men up on the line of scrimmage. Look at this Patriot defensive line. Wow! Dickey, nowhere to go. Tight end to the top of your screen, I should say the wide receiver, is Roger Carr. Look at the defensive alignment for the Patriots. All 11 players are on the line.
And they're going to have an offsides.
The give is to Curtis Dickey. Flags fly, and you've got to wonder.
I think it's going to be an offsides against New England.
I think you're right. A couple of players slow getting up for the Patriots. One of them, I believe.
11 men on the line of scrimmage.
The give is to McMillan. He's still on his feet up near the midfield stripe, and he's still going to go. He's got to beat Tim Fox, and he will not beat Tim Fox.
That's one of the dangers of putting 11 men on the line of scrimmage. New England knew that they had to take a chance. They had to try to break up something, make something happen, possibly a fumble. But whenever you break that line of scrimmage with 11 men there, there's no one back there to cover. McMillan breaks through. He breaks loose. Now the defenders are coming from behind. Cuts back across. Sanford misses. Now Tim Fox comes over. Fox is strong. He's not very tall, but he's strong and tough, and there's no way that he was going to...
McMillan across the left side. He's wrapped up by Nelson. Pickup of about 4 yards on the play. The clock continues to run. Mark the ball at about the 18-yard line. Can't say enough about the rookie. You wonder, do you feel he's ball with 1:03 to play? The give again to McMillan. Tries to put it upfield and cannot get by. Rod Choate got him first. Steve Nelson put the final hit on him. And they stopped the clock. The Patriots will use their Jones. The give to Dickey. He's going to try and stay in bounds because just standing there looking up at the clock. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That is all. The Baltimore Colts have come.
And Hubert Oliver are the running backs.